back on Sendrith here, level 4 to level 5. Also, moving to a new leveling spot. Alright, so here we are at Orc Hill. I'd come over here just to check it out. I gave it a try, and I found a level 4 white Orc Centurion, and he ripped me a new one. So this is definitely not going to work out here very well. I looked up the bone quests, the bone chip quests, and the one in Kaladim apparently is much better than the one here. I'm also attracted to the newbie yard for the dwarves, which I think has more level 2 and even level 3 mobs, like the little aviac style chicks I think can be level 3, level 4. There's skunks and beetles and a far greater density of all mobs, but especially level 2 or even 3 mobs that will give us decent enough experience. Tons more skeletons. That should help us gear up, get some more armor, as well as get more bone chips. Hopefully we can grind to level 5 there, and then we can turn in bone chips to get to level 6. Let me quickly check before we go on what level the dwarf skeletons I'm so excited about actually are. I was thinking before they were level 6, but now I'm thinking perhaps I am wrong about that. They might be level 8 or even 9. So let me look here. You don't see it, but I am looking. A dwarf skeleton is level 5 to level 7. Okay, so level 6 was actually right on the money. Okay, so the run is going to be a bit long, but not too long, I think. It's still definitely a viable spot to aim for. And a little dangerous. I do believe that there is a goblin that runs along the path that will probably be read to me. There are a couple ogres that run along the path that will also be read to me. I think they're about level 10. And there's also an orc runner. I don't think the orc runner aggroes. I think he just continues running. But we're going to have to be a little bit careful, but overall we should be pretty safe. I'm using NPARs to run through the forest. If you needed to get there, your best bet is to go back to Felwithe and then follow the path to the west. Just keep going west and that'll take you to Butcherblock. Okay. There's guards along the way, so if I do get in trouble, I just gotta stick to the path. Eventually I'll come across some guards at a couple different hut locations. Alright, I will see you soon. Alright, we have just entered Butcherblock Mountains, and I don't see a message that I saw upon entering Felwithe which stated that this is not a protected zone. So I believe that Butcherblock Mountains is a protected zone. There's no chance of getting ganked here at all. That makes me feel a lot safer in regards to hunting by the Druid Rings. I was a bit worried about hunting by the Druid Rings and getting ganked by people passing through. Now here's an aviac chick conning blue to me. Let's see how much damage a nuke does. Takes him down to about 80%, so he's at least level 2. He's probably level 2. He could be level 3. Let's flash him. You know, I don't notice Flash of Light doing all that much to reduce the monster's ability to hit you. You'd think something totally blind would be far less accurate with its smashing. I plan to just continue to go to the newbie yard, but since I've got full mana, I figured I wanted to fight something, get some experience, so that way while I'm making the rest of the run, I can use that time to regenerate both health. Oh, we got an Orc Centurion on our tails now. Now let's see what level he is before we zone out. He's blue. We have a chance here. It's not a good chance. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna heal up to the max. Okay, we're pretty much out of mana, but we put ourselves in the lead here. Crushed him for 8. Oh. Of course, I got a fizzle on that strike, which put me under the amount of mana I would need to cast it. I should have saved some mana perhaps for strikes so I could do my best to get this mob below 20% so he runs, but looks like we're all good. So you see, we got a better mix, even just right at the zone here. This might be a good place for a while. I mean, we got a better mix. Ooh, some cloth pants. Nice. Better mix of level 2 and level 3 mobs. So if you're not too keen on running all the way to Kaladim, you could come right here, right by the zone, so you got an easy zone out if you get in trouble, and have no problem slaughtering, getting more skeletons than you would in Felwithe, and far more level 2, level 3 mobs. You saw a whittling spider over there. These goblins that you see walking around, I'm pretty sure are the low level, level 1 goblins. They'll give you some faction with Kaladim. They'll drop, I believe they can drop cloth armor and the like, just like the skeletons can. So that's good. Alright, so I might hunt here a little bit before I make the rest of the run. But I'm going to pause the video for now. Alright, I made my first mistake in EverQuest. I thought it was a decaying dwarf skeleton. It was a dwarf skeleton. That means he's level 5 to level 7. I hit him with a nuke when I had half health and even less than half mana. And I was like, did my nuke get resisted? Because his HP didn't go down. And I saw that it hadn't got resisted, and then I realized. So make sure, because they look almost the same, I'm pretty sure. Make sure you calm the skeletons before you engage, because there's some dwarf skeletons walking around, and they will mess up your day. Anyway, I'm going to go recover my corpse and continue my run. Alright, literally just looted my corpse. Conned a couple of the other mobs around here, and I was a bit wrong. That wasn't goblin whelps, it was goblins, as you can see, con in yellow. Dwarf skeletons, con in red. Might still be a decent spot. Large snakes are yellow, maybe in a level. Some snakes are blue. So it'd be a little dangerous, but it would be doable. Anyway, I'm going to continue to head west past this first, past here. There's a vendor here that you could use. Don't worry about the dwarf skeletons, they do not kill on sight. But the goblins do. Worry about them. Alright. I didn't prepare much for moving on to this new area. I got food and water and that's it. But that's because I was expecting to be able to do my shopping in Kaladim. So we're going to hit level 5. I can go on into Kaladim and hopefully pick up all of the relevant level 5 spells. At which point, we will perhaps come back around this area. Hunt some dwarf skeletons, which I hope will be at least yellow. Probably have to level up some other mobs at first. And go from there. Alright, I'll tune in with you at the newbie yard for dwarves. Here we see one of the ogres I was talking about, Core Flunk. I believe their heads are used for some quest, but it's going to be no concern of mine for now. But they are ready to attack and red, so be careful of them if you do make this journey. But we got guards right here, right at the fork where we stop heading west and we head north. So they'll save your bacon if you just keep going along the path, sidestep to avoid getting melee'd. And we got some mobs we could hunt along the way. A large snake, I do believe, this close to the guards. This might be a good area to hunt because we got guards nearby. Let's see how we fare against a large snake. Once again, I'd like to be able to regen HP and mana as I run, instead of waste all that time, waste all that regen. We've got 13%. Let's see what it goes up to with the death of this here snake. Flash him real quick, why not, just for fun. We got 3% off of that kill. This is a decaying dwarf skeleton, so I don't have to worry about getting my butt kicked here. Let's pick up some bone chips on the way. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking get level 5 near the newbie yard, near this area. Hopefully get enough bone chips to turn in and get level 6. And at that point, I'll be ready to kill the dwarf skeletons. As you see, there's some that are patrolling around, but I know where there's some static spawns where there are no patrols near them. And we'll start at the druid rings. We might be killing slowly enough to just stay at the druid rings. By the time we get through all 4 or 5 of the spawns there, they might be respawning. And then once we're high enough to where we kill them all and we're ready to fight again before there's respawns, we can go to another 2 static spawns nearby that I know of, and I will show that to you soon. If not this video, probably the next one. Alright, I'll pause until I can show you the newbie dwarf yard. Right now we're in about the middle of Butcherblock Mountains, and we're following this path northward. Oh, a torch, that's kind of nice. Again, guards, and oftentimes merchants along the way. Alright, see you soon. Alright, as I was running, I got caught up to by a couple of guys here. More buffs, more druid buffs. And I asked them about the PvP because it turns out there are no protected or not protected zones. That's just a message from an old system. Oh, he wants to hook me up with a fine steel greatstaff, small ring neck guard. Wow. Thank you very much. Alright, I don't know if I can still call this a solo self-found. Run. But, you know, I'm gonna take it. Again, the reason I'm doing solo self-found is because I want the cleric leveling guide to be... Oh, he says it's dangerous to go on. These thorns. And I say, I enjoy danger. I said, alright, better go put these thorns to use. Yeah, again, the reason I'm doing the guide solo self-found is A, because I figured on the red server I wouldn't be getting to do much trading anyways, but maybe I was wrong about that. But also B, I wanted the solo guide that I'm making to be viable for any cleric. Not just for someone who's twinked out. Not that twinking really makes that much of a difference on cleric, but those are my real reasons for going solo self-found. War, cleric. Alright, so we got a neck guard and a fine steel greatstaff. This is 2 hand blunt. So that means we're gonna have to level up our 2 hand blunt. Okay, we're getting this. Basically is the newbie zone, newbie area for the dwarves. You see, you got these little huts here. There's merchants there, and over here on this hill, and all around this hill, look at these mobs. Everywhere mobs, right? Looking good. Now these chicks, these are going to be the ones that are good XP for me. They're level 2 or level 3, I think. Oh, we just landed a hit for 14 damage, even though we have almost no 2-hand blunt skill. That's pretty nice. And there, he killed himself. So we're going to be doing pretty well here. We're going to quickly get level 5. Rock spiderlings, I believe, are level 2 mobs. I better nuke him in case I don't land a hit before he dies. There we go. Let's get these birds. crag chick is white. Boom. So that's a level 4 mob. Chicks can be 4. There's 2 different kinds of chicks, even though they look the same. Almost the same. I think they do look a little different. There's some that I think are level 2 and level 3, and some I think that are level 3 and level 4. But they all, I believe, help each other out. Could be wrong about that, though. They might be 2 separate factions. Goblins like to get involved in fights they probably shouldn't get involved in. See, it's just dense. Tons of skeletons, as many as you can ever hope for. What I found out also that I think I forgot to mention so far is that the OOC chat is server-wide in red, so that's why I was seeing it. Not because someone was in my zone, but because it's server-wide, because red has such a low population. So that's kind of cool. That's one thing I sort of miss about TLPs and what I remember of Classic. Because I remember even in Classic, the Classic I remember, but not in P99, you could join specific chat channels, and there was like there was General, and there was LFG and stuff. I'm not sure when they added that. You could join chat channels. I think I started playing the game in Valius, and I was probably like in my 40s when Shadows of Luclin came out. And I don't remember there ever not being those channels, so I was surprised that they were not in P99. I was expecting them to be there. I thought they were a Valius thing, but perhaps they were added after Valius. This guy's wasting my thorn time. Let's try to get this cracked chick for the nice XP. So yeah, this is a good place to fight. Again, be careful of the KOS mobs. KOS mobs being the goblin whelps. They can overwhelm you a little bit. But the chicks are KOS to dwarves, which makes this place a little difficult for them. Oh, I didn't realize that my thorns had worn off. I might be in trouble here. Let's see what we can do. This is not looking good. Oh, there we go. We landed a hit. We just got to get him to run, and we're probably good as long as we don't engage another one of his friends. Two-hand blunt now up to level 2. Oh, we're in trouble now. Okay, good. We got him right before he got close enough to his friend there. Alright, this two-hand blunt, even though the skill is so low, is working out quite nice. Those shields wore off quick. Those brambles wore off really fast. Why does that seem so fast? Much faster than before. Maybe it's a lower level dwarf. I mean, lower level druid. So now that I've got low HP and low mana, I'm not going to sit and not meditate, because clerics don't get meditate till level 8. I'm just going to run around and kill skeletons. Collect bone chips. My HP and mana will regen as I do. Yes, sitting might increase the speed of that, but bone chips are excellent XP with the quest anyway. So I think this is the way to maximize your time. You don't need to stop and med if you don't want to. Kill some skeletons. I think I'm still getting XP from them at level 4, although it's probably negligible. I'm also getting armor, money, and bone chips, so my HP and stuff will regenerate as well. Of course, you can also just take a break, right? So there's no dwarf skeletons or other, you know, relatively higher level things to worry about this close to Kaladim. Back by the zone-in from Gfay, you could see that there was some goblins, not just goblin chicks, but goblins to worry about. there were also dwarf skeletons, not just decaying dwarf skeletons. And I'm not sure yet. I don't remember whether the skeletons will social assist each other. Alright. So I'm just going to grind it out here, get as many bone chips as I can, and I'll see you soon. Alright, quick update. I can confirm now that the decaying dwarf skeletons do social aggro. And I think it's pretty safe to assume that if you're fighting somewhere where there are dwarf skeletons, not just decaying dwarf skeletons, the dwarf skeletons are going to help their little buddies. So, something to be wary of. But I'm mostly just killing skeletons while I regenerate some mana, but I've been seeing a couple even Craig chicks walking around that I am eager to take on. I tried to take on an even con orc in Gfay, and I got my butt handed to me. But as you saw recently, I don't know if it was mostly because of the buff, the druid HP buff I had on or not, but I don't think so. I was able to take out a crag chick, which is an even con. So I think the even con crag chicks are for some reason a bit easier to kill than an even con orc centurion found in Gfay. So I think this is a good place to level, and I think it's even better for high elves than it is for dwarves, because the chicks are not KOS, at least not at first. I do think they have some faction. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I'll have to keep an eye the next time I kill one. Am I losing faction? Am I making them KOS? Let's give it a try. Here I am talking about how I can take an even con almost no problem. Let's see how this goes. It's probably also because I got this nice fine steel wooden staff. Is that what it's called? Fine steel great staff. And it hits for up to 18 points of damage. Much better hitting than my one-hand club. But as you can see, he's not hitting me for 10s. He's not hitting me as often or as hard as the Orc Centurion was. I'm still the same level. Maybe I've got some slightly better skills, but oh, there we go, 9, 10. He's landing some hits. Still, I feel like he was a bit easier. The Orc seemed to be consistently hitting me for 10, 10, 10, and hitting more often than not. But that guy missed quite a few times. So if we want to level quick, we go chick hunting. Those are whites. They're giving good experience. But there's only so many of them. That's the thing. And I like to have a little bit of regen time. Put that time to use on things like skeletons. Oh, look at this. Alright, well, as long as I land some hits, I should get myself out of this, no problem. There we go, look at that. One hit kill there. Two-hand blunt, I was already up to 7. So it started at 0, I believe. It's already up to 7. Still, once I hit 5 and I go into the Dwarf City, oh yeah, I will probably put a couple of points into it to help speed things up, land more hits faster. Probably take it up to 15 or something, whatever the maximum level where I can train it without having to pay any money. I think that's where I'll take it to. Still got a bit low HP. Look at that single hit kill. And I think this is a great time to be farming as many bone chips as you can. Even though the XP seems negligible, at least you're still getting XP. Because at level 5, you won't be. You will not be getting XP for these decaying dwarf skeletons. Though you'll still get bone chips from the normal dwarf skeletons. So the bone chip quest won't necessarily be over. And I think it's still decent XP even when you're level 6, 7, 8, 9 even. I saw on the wiki some people level 9 were turning in chips. Alright, I should probably heal, but I think I can handle this. Let's see if we get a faction hit from killing a crag chick. There we already. Let's move over here. We don't need the goblin whelp to get involved. Let's see if we're trashing some faction when we kill these guys. See, he's laying. Oh, now we're in trouble. Now it's time to run. Darn it. We'll still get to see if we get faction or not. I just won't be able to get any experience anymore. I think we'll get to see if we get a faction hit. Let's see. No faction hit, but I'm not confident that's accurate as I didn't actually make the kill myself. Next level, we will get a new heal, and then our heals will be stronger than our HP buff, courage. And I think from that point on, our heals will always be stronger than our HP buffs. It's just that first level, first starting out, courage is actually restores more HP than minor healing. Funny enough. Alright, we've got no mana whatsoever, but we've got full health. Let's put that to use. I think we can take this crag chick here. Oy vey. Can we take him while we've got a... Ooh, this one is yellow to us. Aye. So, it's not the white one I was hoping he'd be. And I'm not sure we're gonna make it. We'll see. RNG's gonna have to be really nice. He's hitting us for 12 points of damage. We definitely would be dead without the skin like steel. And we might be dead regardless. The goblin whelp's landing some hits too. 4 points of damage from the whelp. That's ridiculous. I think we're gonna have to take this to the guards. RNG is not loving us right now. But look, I'm still technically ahead of this crag chick. It's really it's so close, but it's such a long run. It's not worth the risk. Let's get out of here. Alright, med time. Alright guys, still just grinding it out here. But I wanted to take a look at this battle I got coming up, where I've found a dwarf with a staff. A dwarf skeleton, decaying dwarf skeleton with a staff. We're crossing our fingers and hoping it's a crack staff. That'll be a whole platinum. That'll be worth about 2 of our level 5 spells right there. And that should put us right in there for the level 5 spells. I don't have enough anymore after buying the stacks of food and drink. I was surprised how much that actually set me back. So, although after this grind to level 5 here, I'll probably be fine. Especially if that's a craft stack, is the point. But anyway, just quick recap on this area. High mob density, tons of... Oh, it's a crack staff. That we're doing good now. High mob density, tons of bone chips, armor, money, and also you got mobs of varying levels, 2, even level 3 and 4. So that makes this spot, I think, the place to come to at around level 3. Potentially even level 2, but I'd probably wait until 3. Come here from Gfay. And another reason I should have mentioned first is much better XP bone chip in the Paladin guild here at Dwarf City. So this is the way to go until we're ready to go into Crushbone. Now I'm planning on kind of going into Crushbone a little later than I probably could. You could go in at 5 once you get your new level 5 spells, handle the level 3, level 4, level 5 entrance area. But I think I enjoy the dwarf skeletons, so I'm gonna try to get to level perhaps 7 or 8 or even 9 before I take myself into Crushbone, at which point I'll be able to go a little deeper in to some of the camps with some higher level orcs hanging around. using my lull to pull them. Wow, look, I got 3 level 2s on me here. A confluence of rock spiderlings. So as you can see, this is a good place for mob density. About to finally kill a crag chick here. And we're gonna see. You crush a crag chick, your faction standing with crag got worse, and with Stormguard got better. So yes, I can get them to be KOS to me. There is faction associated with them, unfortunately. So when I first come here, they're not going to be attacking me, but eventually they will. Hopefully by then I'm a level higher, and they'll be just level blues to me. This one's already just level blue, so he must be just 1 level under me. He must be level 3. So these crag chicks I think are level 3, level 4, or level 5, as we have seen yellows as well. But these mobs particularly make this area excellent. Now they don't have much in the way of loot. They got like, you know, random trash like their claws, which I don't think sell for much. But we're looting everything these days. Alright, I'll tune back in once we're almost level. Alright, here we are at a merchant, nearby merchant, and as you can see, we've got rations, bandages, and water flasks of unlimited. So that's another good thing about this particular area. You got merchants right there. You don't have to zone to get to them that have got food, water, and bandages if you decide to use bandages. And here we are, literally right at the field. They're right next to it. So just for anyone thinking of hunting here, there's Kaladim. Here's the road we came in on. You got merchants in those huts you see over there, and right here you got guards to run to. So really safe place to hunt and kill and collect as many bone chips as you can. What I'm going to do is once I do level, I'm going to run in to the city. I'm going to buy spells, but first I'm going to see how much XP we can get from, you know, the beginning of level 5. Maybe we can get all the way to level 6 just off of bone chip turn-ins. So that's the plan. Alright, I've engaged another even con crag chick, this time without any buffs, not even my own courage. Just to show that they are handleable, I decided to throw it on the recording. I'm nuking the crap out of it, and I've got my nice stick, so I don't know if you still had your starting club, how doable those would be. But with this nice two-handed fine steel staff, I am able to crush them down. And we're going to level off of this scarab beetle, I do believe. I got a nice chunk of experience off of that chick. I think it was like 5 or 6%. Puts us at 99. This is a level 2 mod. Ding, level 5. Okay. Let me clear a path. Run over this hill into Kaladim. Find that... Oh, I better kill that skeleton with that whatever weapon he's got equipped there. We're gonna have to kill 2 of them, but I'm okay with that. Boom. Oh, the other guy didn't aggro. Okay. As you can see in my inventory, I got some more cloth pants. So loot is nice here. Alright, so here I am in the newbie yard, just to give a sense of orientation. Over there is the path with the sheds where I sell it. But if I want to get quickly over to... Ooh, another weapon. If I want to get over to Kaladim, I just run over this hill. Now, there are chicks on the hill, so if you're KOS to them, you're going to have to deal with them. Let's just test real quick. Do we still get experience from these level 1 skellies? I don't think we will. No, we no longer get experience from skeletons, so... Ooh. But we still get loot, we still get bone chips. So I'm going to get into Kaladim. I'm going to sell as I am encumbered. See, there's usually chicks up here. Huh. Oh, yep, see, there's one. got quite a decent amount of copper right there. That's probably why I'm mostly why I'm encumbered. I'm gonna get in there, sell, and I'm gonna get to the Paladin Guild. In fact, maybe I'll just continue to record so I can show you the path. Okay, so we're looking for Gunlock Jure, who's in North Kaladim. Now, as you can probably figure out, this is South Kaladim, as we had to go all the way north in Butcherblock to zone in. This is the southernmost possible part of Kaladim. So we gotta go north. There's two ways, one's left and one's right. And I'm gonna quickly look at the map, see if I can figure out where's the Paladin Guild. Paladin Guild here. North Kaladim, Cleric Guild. Paladin Guild number 10. It looks like I want to go to the left. Okay. We're gonna stop at a shop along the way. Lighten our loads. Now I think this guy here is for a letter quest, which is another option. You can bring letters to and from different places, starting in the Wood Elf city, Kaladim. I forgot that this old club is no longer of any use to me. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get underweight, because a lot of my weight has to do with... Oh, there's a nice rusty axe. So a lot of my weight is coin at this point. Oh yes, rusty scythe. That'll definitely... And a sword. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, not as much coin weight as I was starting to think. Let's see how many bone chips we got. 20, 40, 51. So if it's 4 per turn, we're going to be able to do 12 turn-ins. So we're going to see how much XP we can get from 12 turn-ins. We are literally at 0% level 5 right now. So we're on our way to North Kaladim here. Just head north. After you make that left in the entrance, head north. You'll find this here path. And the Paladin Guild is in the northernmost part of North Kaladim. So we got to get to it about as far from the entrance to the city as you possibly can. I think this is probably not the best route. I think I went the wrong way coming down here. But I think this has something to do with the quest. There's this giant rat. I think you kill it. It can give you some plate armor quest down here, but it's only good for... It is a special giant rat, not just any giant rat. But I think, if memory serves, it's only good for small races. Yeah, so I'm supposed to go over here. Unfortunately, else I would do that and get myself some plate armor. Uh-oh, this is... Where am I going? Okay, this works, this works. We're also going to be near the Cleric Guild, which is nice. So after we turn in those bone chips, we'll be able to get spells. Here's the Cleric Guild, right in here. That's where we're going to buy our level 5 spells and going to train whatever we're going to train. Unfortunately, we don't get to train Meditate like many casters I think would be able to at this point. We're going to have to wait till level 8 according to the wiki. But we're going to train some two-handed blunt, which should help. Continue heading northward. And now I think we're finally... I think this is our man, Gunlock Jure. Let me just take a quick look. Yes, Gunlock Jure. And I think we turn in 4 unstacked bone chips. So let's see if it works. Right now we're at 0% experience on level 5. We got 6% from those 4 bone chips. We also got 3 silver, 9 copper. Looks like we're also getting some armor. A small tattered belt, slightly better than the cloth armor that we're getting off the skeletons. Not as good as the armors we're going to get for turning in the orc belts. So this is nice. Are we gonna make it all the way to level 6? I don't think so. Ooh, small patchwork cloak, AC 3. Certainly beats our AC 1's shawl. Oh, we didn't even have a back slot, so that's totally a gain right there. I'll say, let's see, 1 stack took us 30%. Nice. Nice. Totally recommending this. Definitely not going to level. If we had 4 stacks, we would level. And that's not too many stacks. You should have seen how fast I was getting bone chips out there. It might be worth hunting the crag chicks and getting a couple more stacks of bone chips. That might be a good way to continue to level. I'd like to be level 6 or even level 7 before I go hunt dwarf skeletons, because they range from 5 to 7. I don't want to fight anything 2 levels higher than me. That's going to give me too many resists. I'm going to take too many hits that even if I manage to kill them, it's not going to be worth the downtime required afterwards. So as you can see, even at level 5, here we're getting huge XP for just a bone chip quest. I think it's pretty good. And look, we're starting to look a little bit more stylish. I like it. Hopefully we get a chest piece. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a chest piece. We got one more turn in here. Yeah, I think I might just use this just so I can complete the look here. I feel a little... Oh, that's much, much better. But I'm still hoping a chest piece would really seal the deal for me. Fortunately, no more turn-ins. Let's take a look at our new fashion. Hey, that's not bad. Even without the chest piece, that's kind of a unique look. I like it. Would you look at that? Haha. Styling. You go, Sendrith. Alright, we just cranked our IC up too. Now we're encumbered. Alright, let's go visit our GMs. Sell and buy some spells. Alright, so here's our level 5 spells that we're looking at now. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger for you. There we go. We've got Cure Blindness. I don't need that. Cure Disease. Probably worth getting, but it's secondary in importance. We definitely want Furor. We want our new direct damage spell. We definitely want Gate. We probably definitely want Holy Armor, but best defense is a good offense. Furor, Light Healing, and look at the bottom there, you'll see Ward Undead. Those are probably our most important 3, followed by Stun, Holy Armor. Let's find these spells here. Here we are in the Cleric Guild. Here's our Cleric Trainer. Let's bump up our abilities with Two-Hand Blunt at least to 15. That's fine. That's high enough. Anything else we should be training? Let's just put a point into Conjuration. I'm sure that'll help at some point. Meditate I think is awful, but I think it would be a waste of a point if I were to try now. Sense Heading. Someone just told me they'll pay me 1 plat each for bat wings. I am friending this guy. That is a great way to make some money. Alright. I like to put 1 point into every available language, but there's no new available languages. Swimming is at 1. Let's make it 2. I hate having a level swimming, but we're not going to do it with our points here. I might as well save the rest of these points. Or should I just crank? Let's just crank Two-Hand Blunt. It's going to speed up our kills and leveling. So it's definitely worth it. Alright, so let's find a spell vendor here. No spells. Once we do buy all of our spells, we might consider looking at the shields we can find for sale. Cure Disease, 1 gold. That sounds like it's worth it. It's so cheap. Cure Poison. I don't think I already had that for some reason. Light Healing, that's a definite must for our level 5. Does he have gate? I don't see gate here. I think that's all he's got. Well, let's look at what costs 5 gold. Cure blindness, we decided we don't need that. And that's all he's got for us. Now we can look at the price. Level 5 spells are about 5 gold. That's the fastest way to track them down. Fury, there we go. Wow, we're gonna be able to buy all the spells we want. Gate, holy armor. Do we want reckless strength? No, we want stun first. Ward undead. Okay, let's get reckless strength. I find it useful for when you're encumbered, which happens a lot. We're gonna definitely need that now. Only dwarf, so I can't get a dusty tunic. I'm kind of thinking of upgrading. It would have given me 1 more AC for just 2 gold. But I'm sure if I do some more bone chips. Now you know what? I'm not so sure I want to do bone chips, because I'm gonna get the bone chips when I hunt those dwarf skellies and actually get experience for my kills. It might just be time to go try to kill some dwarf skeletons. I have to pick out the ones that are not yellow, that are white. Those will be the lowest level at level 5. We won't have to kill that many before we're level 6. It might just be time to go hit the real dwarf skeletons and not waste our time killing a bunch of skeletons that don't give any experience. So that might be what we do next time. But here we are in the Kaladim Clerics Guild, and as we can see that the dwarf starting area is a great place to come. I'd say level 3 is a perfect level to come here. Level 4 was also good, and this will do until at least level 5 when the decaying dwarf skeletons green out. And then I might still be focusing on dwarf skeletons that I'm going to show you in the next video, and utilizing the bone chip turning quest, which I think is almost as good as the belts that you would turn in from Crushbone, but they're in the same zone as the turn in. And also, as you can see, given some armor, although I do believe the armor we get from the orc belts will be a little stronger. This is a good start before you end up going to Crushbone at probably a later level. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.